In my opinion, the Lambertrons take all of the traditional brilliance and chime of a Filtertron and then pair it with the warmth and the depth of a PAF pickup, but then all mesh together to create that same clarity you would get from a single coil pickup. Guys, the Lambertones are finally here, and I am super excited about today's video. I know these pickups have been a highly anticipated drop for some time. I've got my Gretsch Electromatic 5622T, and I purposely wanted to use an Electromatic style guitar because I think a lot of people looking at these pickups are going to be people that are starting with a more entry-level style Gretsch guitar. But of course, if you've got a Falcon, you've got a Penguin, it's just going to make it sound even better. Check out my affiliate link down in the description below. It will give you 10% off your Lambertones order. However, the Lambertrons are excluded just because of the limited nature of the release. That 10% off will apply for everything else on their website. And there are so many existing pickup styles out there, it's honestly super exciting to see a company do something entirely new that's never been done before with a pickup, and especially with Filtertrons. And that is the Lamber'Trons. There is a ton of work that went into these pickups, and Curtis has basically taken a ground up design and fully customized it. Everything from the magnets, the moldings, wiring, all is fully custom, and some of it has never been used on a Filtertron pickup before. Basically think of these as like the cremified version of a Filtertron. Historically, with Filtertron pickups, the neck position ends up being really big and really boomy. It's a little overpowering, where the bridge position and the middle position tend to feel a bit weak in comparison. However, with the Lambertrons, Curtis wanted to create something that was more balanced overall between the neck, the bridge, and the middle position. Now there are a few other things that I think make the Lambertrons really unique and unlike anything else on the market. For starters, the overall output of the pickups is really low. I think the neck is 3.4 thousand DCR, where the bridge is 4.2 thousand DCR. And these pickups are going to have a lot less compression on them like a standard Filtertron would, which means you're going to give more overall balance between each of those pickup positions, and you're going to get a lot more headroom with these pickups as well. Another unique piece to these pickups is the neck position has Alnico 4 magnets, whereas the bridge has Alnico 8 magnets that are vintage size and double the size of a traditional humbucker, and these have never been used in a Filtertron pickup before. Now, what does all of that mean for you? To be frank, I think these pickups are unlike any other Filtertron pickup I've ever played before. They're going to respond a lot different than like a high fidelity Gretsch pickup or TV Jones Classic, a Broadtron or a Powertron. In my opinion, the Lambertrons take all of the traditional brilliance and chime of a Filtertron and then pair it with the warmth and the depth of a PAF pickup, but then all mesh together to create that same clarity you would get from a single coil pickup. Now, you may be thinking, hey Zach, with super low output, not a ton of overall compression, how do these pickups handle gain and overdrive? And I think that's a great question. So let's find out. To be entirely honest, when I first installed these pickups, I wasn't sure how I felt. And it's not because these pickups aren't amazing, they absolutely are, but I think there's two things that kind of threw me off about these pickups. First off, I just think I had the overall pickup height off. And this is a pretty simple fix, but historically when working with Filtertron pickups, they have to be significantly closer to the overall strings, and they're much more sensitive to that distance between the actual pickup and the string than say something like a single coil or a traditional humbucker pickup is. Now, since I think this will be helpful for everybody watching this video or for people that purchase them, I started out at 5/32 for the neck position and then 3/32 for the bridge position. Strongly recommend start there and then tweak to your own personal liking. But now that I've dialed that in and kind of got it where I want it, these pickups are absolutely amazing. Now, I think the second thing that I had wrong was really just my expectation on what these pickups were trying to be. In my head, I thought these pickups were trying to fill that space of a Lambertone version of a TV Jones Classic or some other Filtertron pickup. But that's just not the case. These pickups take on an entirely new approach to Filtertron pickups with a different overall feel, the specs, and the design. This is also partially why I think Curtis is super successful and Lambertones is really unique in the market, that every single set of pickups is really emphasized towards creating a product that allows for more headroom in the guitar and being able to push the front end of your amp even harder. And I think every single time Curtis tries something new, it lands and it's fantastic. And this is also why I think these pickups will be absolutely perfect for anybody playing praise and worship or just wanting more versatility out of their Gretsch. In anticipation to receiving these pickups, I did quite a bit of research to try to figure out what all was necessary to swap out these pickups. Because most Gretsch guitars are semi-hollow construction, they don't typically have a back plate where you can easily access the wires. I was a little concerned with all what I would have to do to swap out these pickups. I even looked on TV Jones websites and they have these weird like tube things that you have to like stick on your tone pot and your volume pot and like funnel it through, and I can tell you it was actually way easier to swap out these pickups than I thought it would be. I ended up just removing the pre-existing pickups, and when I did that, I saw that there was this little connector piece that plugged the pickups into the actual wiring harness, and from there I just ended up splicing the wire from the wiring harness, soldering the positive and the negative cables, and then using heat shrink wrap tube, air dried that, and then I was done probably within a matter of 5 to 10 minutes. It was super, super easy, and I even think Curtis is coming out with a solderless option for these pickups down the road. So really it's something where if you are worried about that process or that step in swapping out your pickups, super easy. I bought a cheap $15 soldering kit online, or like I said, maybe down the road Curtis will have something solderless available to the market. Speaking of some really incredible pickups, I've actually owned 3 sets now. Check out this video on the Lambertone Cremos.